Okay, so how's everybody doing today? I just recently finished my Car of the Month competition, and that's this one here. And I just wanted to show off what I've completed for October. And since a lot of it is Beverly, I feel like it's, you know, theme appropriate for Halloween, since it's only in 2 more days. And yeah, 2 more days to Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. 2 more days to Halloween, Silver Shamrock. Okay, someone's gonna kill me for that. But anyway, so this is the Gorenado. This is my entry for the Gaslands UK Car of the Month for October, and the theme is zombies. So this is an ambulance with front ram, side-mounted rams, and so we have it hitting and plowing through a horde of zombies, and the saws here are chopping them up, and the front ram is, splattering them all over the place, and got some intestines stuck to the hood and the glass, and got the guy in the hazmat suit here with the machine gun. Got a biohazard sign, and got this one zombie here. He's trying to hang onto the door, trying to get the door open. And then you got this one here hanging onto the bumper as he's being dragged and bumped along the ground, and got the spiky wheels, and so it's definitely a gory vehicle. I usually don't do a lot of gore on my builds, so this was definitely outside my comfort zone. Because the most I'll usually do is like a little bit of a blood spray from where like a ram would hit somebody, but this is the first time I wanted to make this vehicle look like it's going, shoulder deep through a horde of zombies, So there's, blood smears, there's little bloody handprints and drag marks and stuff. And and then of course you got this line here from Return of the Living Dead. That particularly funny line. But anyway, you got the barbed wire here on the top. You got zombie goo and bits stuck to it, and you can see here this zombie here. He got splattered on the ram and then ended up cut up on the barbed wire, and he's got a hole in the head and 2 in the chest from where the guy in the hazmat suit took him down. And so the way I did this, and you can see here, I even did the bottom side here, and this is a big bloody chunky mess. A lot of this was done with hot glue, and I would take the hot glue and I would pull it up in an area, and then I would kind of like jerk it back real hard and fast to kind of get the like stringy, goopy effect. And so that actually turned out really well. It's kind of the same idea I've seen people do for creating slime on Tyrannid monsters and stuff. So I just kind of combined that with this, and I think it looks really good. The way I did the blood effects was it's this, wine burgundy color as a base, and then I worked up to various shades of red, like this one, and let's see here. I've got the other red here somewhere. Yeah. And then, highlighted with, a brighter red in areas. And then I washed it with my Higgins ink, and this is this is the best stuff in the world to use for washes, and so is this. So I mixed up some of this brown with the Higgins and made the first wash, and that kind of made it the darker red and gave it more of the dried blood look from the older splatters. And then I did a highlight with a little bit of a powdered pink color, and then I knocked that down with this airbrush color stuff. I usually just paint this on. I don't usually use the airbrush, but what it does is it gives it that little bit of a shiny glaze to it. You can see here where on the backs of these guys here, and that's where the light of my lamp is catching. You can kind of see how it's shining a bit. So that's for the fresher blood. Because some zombies are really, really rotten, and some have just recently turned. So you gotta have a blend of old blood and new blood. But so this is, like I said, it's the idea of this ambulance is it's for bashing zombies, and just it hits a zombie horde, plows it under the wheels, chops it up with the saws, and it just keeps on going right on through and into the next horde of zombies. I was thinking about doing a monster truck originally, but the idea of an ambulance in a zombie apocalypse, it came to me to do it that way. And plus, I had that line in my head with the send more paramedics. So that's what that build's for. And like I said, it's a lot dirtier and grungier than I normally do. Because again, I did heavily wash it with. Also, I put just a basic brown wash on it to dirty it up. Because zombie survivors aren't going to have time to really wash down their vehicle. But anyway, I gotta finish this one here. This was I 3D printed this Sherman Easy 8 tank, and it turned out beautifully. I did modify it a little bit for the Wasteland, for Gaslands, because it's got a different front gun. A little bit beefier than the little tiny gun it had on it. And I got some 40K decals, just to make it look more tankish. You got the Immortal Joe Mad Max kind of logo on the back, but I kind of like that. And I replaced one of the hatches with. I wanted to make it look like they had replaced the hatch with a saloon door, so it's a wooden shield, and then I just had SA written on it, so it looks like they just chopped it off and shaped it to fit as a replacement hatch, because maybe the old hatch got blown off. And then I got this cowgirl here blowing a kiss, and so she's got a pistol and everything. I like it. I think this definitely looks truly Rutherford, which was the goal. And you can see the hole I put in it so it would drain, which is something you actually have. I discovered you had to do when you print these. When you print them at a large scale, you have to put a hole in the bottom. And there's a hole in the bottom of the turret too. The turret's a separate piece, but it's scraping the paint off, so I'm just leaving it in there. And you got the flag from the 40K, the Scions. The purple and gold and the yellow really turned out well. I'm super happy with how this flag turned out. One of the best looking flags I've painted. So yeah, I'm imagining like this is some noble with a lot of money, backed by Rutherford, who's got a lot of money to fill this tank in Gaslands races, and they like to show off, and so that's how that one looks. And then I got a couple more vehicles. These are some new ghost cars for Beverly, and so and you've got this one here. This is just I haven't named this one yet, but yeah, it's got dropper weapons chained to the back, armor plates. Because ghost cars, they can't shoot, but they can drop weapons. And so, you know, mines, napalm, caltrops, all that's good for them. And RC car bombs and stuff. But there's some 3D printed armor plates. I got those from Finn's Custom Diecast on Etsy. And then I did some of my own armor plates with the metal parts of a yogurt lid. And I tried to make it look like there was a face here, trying to be pushed through the metal. And what I did was I took a 1/72 scale figure and I just pushed his head into it. And I was hoping he would take the shape of it, but it didn't quite work. So it's a little lumpy there, but it's not that bad. You know, this is more of a subdued car anyway. It's a support car. It's not the car that's going to win the race. So, and this was an experiment in painting a car mostly yellow. Didn't turn out that well, so I made it into a ghost car. But my own 3D printed exhausts and more armor plates from Finn's Custom Diecast, and that's mine that I printed. And then these mines, they're actually the wheels off of some of the Matchbox tank track vehicles. They have the little tiny wheels on the inside, and I just chopped those off and turned them into mines. And again, you got the yogurt lid metal plating to finish off the windows. But you can tell they're ghost cars because, again, the windows are green. Glowing green. And this is a beat-up Camaro. But similar idea. And then this one here is one that can be a ghost vehicle or it can be a regular Beverly vehicle. This is the Chocolate Milkman with his improvised sludge-throwing, napalm-launching Hershey's chocolate napalm. And there's the old joke about, you know, the milkman visits every 9 months. So I had that idea in my head that this guy he met the wrong end of a crowd of angry husbands, and now he's a ghost, and he's out for revenge. And we got. Now this one is not necessarily Beverly, but I'm using it as a Beverly vehicle. This is an actual one of the anchor cars. This is a truck with a 125. So it's pretty plain, but I kind of like the idea of it being no frills. But this is actually a really good build for Beverly because they have the perk Angel of Death, where you can take some of your hull points off to do extra dice damage. And your ghost vehicles have Purifying Flame, which allows you to heal your damage. And they have Ecstatic Visions, which allows you to heal the hazards that you take from firing a 125 on a non-tank vehicle. So, Beverly is one of the factions that actually does big guns very well, other than Rutherford. I like it. I think it's a good aggressive vehicle, and it's pretty, like I said, it's pretty simple. I didn't want to go too crazy with it, and again, I haven't. That's another one I don't have a name for yet. It's, you know, probably some Green Viper or something, you know. But and the last of my Beverly's stuff is these two little fellas, and These, they're from a little chocolate thing called Finders Keepers. They have a little pill thing with one of these inside of it, and they're Hot Wheels. I've got a bunch of them now. But you could use these for Micro Machines Gaslands, or you can use them for RC car bombs. I'm actually using these as souped up go-karts and count as bikes with armor plating. So they're also ghost vehicles. Again, their job is to support the real vehicle on the battlefield and cut through enemy vehicles and steal their souls and stuff. But it's fun to do it that way. They can't shoot, so, and even then, I'm only missing out on 1 die attack, so it's not a big deal. But one's a bone shaker, the other's the bone speeder. 3D printed armor plates and yogurt lid plates, and then I did the wheels came off of some El Cheapos that fit in there, and I redid the axles. The axles are just toothpicks, so nothing too special there, but fun little simple builds. And now moving on to last month's Car of the Month competition, where I had the Darth Vader TIE Fighter. This is its teammate. This is the 501st, and it's based off the Dark Trooper car, but I redid the black to the more Stormtrooper white, and got the Empire logos on it. Those are custom decals I made, and it's got twin combat lasers and rockets. It's a heavy truck. So it'll actually be able to hit things, unlike a regular Stormtrooper. But I like how it turned out, really. It's one of those things, it's like, you can just imagine a Michigan team driving around pretending that they're from the Empire and Star Wars. I imagine somebody's wearing a black robe, and at the start of the race, he's going, you will find this battle car is quite operational. Well, I can't do the voices that well, so you get the idea. And last year's August competition was single-wheeled vehicles. So I did a Skaven Gaslands vehicle, where it had one wheel, and it was based on a Cadillac, and it had a Gatling gun on it, so it was called the Radillac Doom Wheel. This is its teammates now. This is these little gyro balls from Jurassic Park, and so you can see they kind of bounce around a lot. I'm going to have to make a base for them. You can see here, they're kind of all over the place. The hard part with these was getting them apart. I had to basically use this to pry into the joints and crack them open that way. That was the only way I could see to get them apart. And then I put some 3D printed, scaled down Skaven in the driver's seats. So I dirtied up the top because the glass, because I wanted to look. So now it's kind of hard to tell. See the little rats in there. There you go. Can you see them? So you got the, one's checking his scanner and the other one's pointing. And you got all the warp stone power. And so you got a rattling gun. And then you got the poison wind mortar. And this guy still rotates. This one doesn't rotate because I got glue in the little spinning part, and I can't get it back out, so it's stuck. But this one here, you can kind of see the idea of it being able to. It still works. You got warpstone spikes, but You can't see my Skaven in there. Happy little Skaven. Get to flatten people. But, yeah. So, technically it's just a mortar and a Gatling gun, minigun, but I like it. And, I think it's definitely one of the more unique things out there. They're going to be ran as bikes with sidecars, with a roll cage and the weaponry. But I don't think anybody's going to begrudge me that. And then we got some bikes. And got 3 Idris fellas here with their fancy headdresses and dropper weapons. Got, ye old trash can droppers. And I imagine they cut the wire and then just drops the weapon or whatever. But the idea is they want to look as gaudy as possible. So they got, like this guy here, he's got an orange bike. Oh, this is a red one. I'm getting colorblind. So this is a red one with a blue helmet, yellow feathers. This guy's the orange bike, with a green helmet and feather. I got this fella here with his gold bike and dull bluish yellow helmet. And the top knot's from 40K Space Marine. And did some grass with some yellow little dandelions sticking up through the cracks. So I like those. These I got from Angel of Combustion Studios, who's another fellow North Carolina Gaslands person. So I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just want to, this is their work. These are the sculpts are. I did the helmets and stuff, but and the paint jobs. But the sculpt itself, the 3D printed model, is what they did, and they did a damn good job. I cut the heads off of these 2 guys, replaced them with 1/72 scale pirates, and got that guy's sword, power sword, so he can chop at people as they drive by. This is Scarlet Ann, of course, with a machine gun. So, yeah, that's what I've worked on. Next month, I am going to do some highway patrol stuff. Nothing too major. And I'm going to do a little bit of my I'm going to work on some D&D figures here. Because I haven't painted any D&D stuff in a while. And I want to get that done. And y'all have seen the 2 little D&D figures that have been sitting there for a while. So if y'all want to see those, let me know. I'll be happy to show them off when I get them painted. So, anyway. Like, share, subscribe. Always be free. Feel free to comment. And be sure to check out my store on Etsy. It's KingofCatsCrafts, where you can buy Gaslands cars, complete, tabletop ready. As soon as you get them out of the box, you can have them on your kitchen table and rolling dice. They're $8 a piece, and that helps me buy stuff from other Etsy sellers, and well as fund some of my own stuff. And I really appreciate it, and it really does support me. And I really appreciate your support. So, have a happy Halloween, and hope you get lots of candy and get to do some fun stuff. So, anyway, take care and goodbye.